Why do you not understand that it's bomb time?
What's up? I'm Rings, aka Tango Down, and I'll be your host today with Ringleaders Gaming. This is the place where we give you all the most current news, tips, and tricks on the most popular game streaming platforms. If you are new here and enjoy the content, make sure to grab your mouse, grab a drink, and hang around for a while. Now before I begin, I have a disclaimer. What you're about to hear now are some facts mixed with my opinions. This is a place that I welcome data and input though, so if you have any information that would help better the channel, please leave it in the description box down below. And also for those that would like to dive a little bit deeper into these topics or just talk about gaming, come through. I stream on Twitch every Monday and Wednesday. You can also find me on other platforms like Twitter. Now, with that out of the way, all of the information to anything that we discuss is in the description box down below. Now let's jump into the topic of the day. Brime. What is Brime? Brime is allegedly supposed to be a streaming service, specifically a game streaming service meant to compete with the likes of Youtubegaming, Facebook Gaming, and Twitch. To really kind of dig deeper into Brime, we have to figure out where it all started. So it seems like they already had a Twitter page. Twitter page was Watchbrime. That was it. And on top of that, it originally had a stolen logo. So that's number one. Starting off already on a bad note. Next, it began to really gain steam through 4chan. 4chan? Ugh. Apparently there was a rumor that basically Shroud, Ninja, and Dr. Disrespect were all going to get together and they were going to use Spotify as a backer and create a service to compete with Twitch, Facebook Gaming, YouTube, Mixer. And this all ties into theories created from the random ban that Dr. Disrespect got on Twitch. Even he doesn't know why he got banned. This all really got elevated by YouTuber and Twitter star Keemstar. He basically said watch out and then tagged Watchbrime on his Twitter page. He has approximately 2.8 million followers, so from there Brime just grew. Now after that, it seems like they got a flood of followers, approximately 70 to 87,000 followers quickly. And then once they did that, they immediately jumped on that opportunity. They began to update their logo and they updated their Twitter banner and they got a website apparently 9 days ago, Brimelive.com. And from there, they've been trying to act sort of like an up-and-coming streaming service. The next question, is Brime real? Well, we're gonna have to do a little bit of research to really answer that question. So let's go ahead and pull out our research device, the trusted, tried and true OnePlus 7 Pro. So the first thing I did was I opened their Twitter page and I clicked on their link, Brimelive.com, which is weird if you think about it because their Twitter handle is actually Watchbrime and Watchbrime.com is still available. And Brime.com is available for sale as well for $100, and they didn't buy either one of those. They changed it to Brimelive and then bought Brimelive.com. Whatever, anyway, that's beside the point. I clicked the link on their Twitter page, Brimelive.com, and lo and behold, all it does is route you to their Twitter page. The second thing that I did was I attempted to basically look up information about the domain name. So you can take a domain name and you could, go to one of those websites like, who.is to look up information about the owner of a domain name. And after I put their domain name in, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be shocked when I tell you nothing really comes up. The only thing that you really find is the domain registrar, which is Enam. They're kind of like GoDaddy. And you see a little bit more information, such as the fact that the IP is in San Francisco, California. Also, the domain name is only 9 days old. It's never existed, so they just made it within the last 2 weeks. And pretty much all other information has been redacted for privacy, so you can't really dig up much about the web address either. So with that being said, we had to do a little bit of more digging. I went to their Twitter page and they had a questionnaire, I guess, and they were people asked them questions and they responded. One of the questions was, how many employees do you have? They said basically 4. So we know it's a team of 4 people, and none of them are web developers or anything that you would need to start a service like this. So that kind of raises eyebrows just a little bit. So at this point, I kind of had to dig just a little bit deeper. And I went back to their Twitter page and found out that they actually had a Discord. So I clicked the link, I joined the Discord, and there was a section in there for frequently asked questions. They pretty much had basic questions in there, such as when will Brime come out, which they answered 2020, late 2020 or early 2021, which sounds kind of ridiculous considering that they don't have any developers. They didn't even pay the $100 for Brime.com. It doesn't seem like they have the financial backing to start a service like this and have it up and running for people to join immediately and begin streaming video footage through within months. This seems like a shot in the dark. Other questions included goofy things like features, will there be a dark mode, which they said yes. And the default will be dark mode. I think other websites should definitely take note of that. I'm talking to you, Twitch. There was another frequently asked question, and that was, is there a way to contact Brime? And of course, the answer was no. Are you shocked? There was another question that said, will there be a beta? And they said yes. Now, for there to be a beta, that means a product has to exist. And considering that this website domain was just bought within the last 9 days, I'm pretty sure that nothing exists. So to have a beta but then also have the product up and running within months sounds like a pipe dream. This definitely doesn't sound like it's real. If it was real, I would expect this to take a year or 2, maybe even longer to actually kick off and have a reliable service. And I'm actually looking at their Discord right now. This question was really weird and the answer was really weird. So someone said, will there be a system like Twitch's Bits, Mixer's Embers, or YouTube Super Chats for small donations? Or will that be handled entirely through third-party solutions like Streamlabs? And their response was, Brime will not be accepting any sort of crowdfunding or microtransactions. So with that being said, how would it even work then? Will it be completely ad supported? How are they even going to convince people to stay on or use the platform? Are they going to be paying everyone? Will everyone be employees? That one seems very shocking considering they didn't even spend the $100 to buy Brime.com. Who would even be backing this service to allow them the money to pay new streamers? Anyway, point being, should you trust that this service exists? Should you put your hope into this? No. Look, I know that you may want to put your hope into something new and jump on the latest thing to try to become the new star or build some type of career or brand off of a new service, but I would say with the right amount of work, support, willpower, and drive, you'll be able to do anything that you want. You could make any service bend to your will. And this is just from someone who's an up-and-coming streamer and content creator himself. But just seeing through hard work, I can see how I myself have began to grow and gain support and legitimate people who just want to see my content shine. Anyway, with this video coming to an end, I just want to say thanks. Thanks if you click the links. Thanks if you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Thanks if you subscribe to me. Thanks if you share my content. Thanks for even spending the time to watch this video. And if you're interested, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. You know that the typical jargon that everyone says at the end of YouTube videos. That way you can catch my next video going up immediately. Especially when you hit that little notification bell. Anyway, before I stretch this outro out any longer, peace, Rings out.